Hi, my name is Jenny Paulson. I am 24 years old, currently a swim coach and aquatics director at the YMCA, and my goal career is to become a physical therapist. I'd like to be a physical therapist in Iowa. A physical therapist is a healthcare professional who can diagnose and treat individuals of all ages who have medical and other health-related conditions, and it helps them perform functional tasks daily. I've always been interested in how the body works, and especially with traumas. Another reason why physical therapy has perks is it has a lot of work flexibility. Throughout the day, you can kind of schedule your own times and own patients. It also helps to stay fit, which is also a really good perk for me, just because it gives more motivation to keep staying fit, so then it's more reliable when you are saying all the information that you do know, because it is a healthcare profession. It's also cool, physical therapy, you can do specialized opportunities, so you have so many different areas that you can work in, whether acute settings or outpatient, traumas, anything like that, or even sports. There's so many job opportunities everywhere around. There's unlimited locations, and especially for me, what also piques my interest is working on mission trips, so that kind of travels the world with being a physical therapist. There's so many growth opportunities that you can go through, reasonable hours, and job satisfaction with helping other people achieve their goals. Another reason why I've always been interested in physical therapy is just traumas in general. When I was younger, I went through a trauma and had to go through a lot of physical therapy, and it also hits home for me, especially in this last year. God has really been laying it on my heart, because my aunt in June was actually hit by a car, and she suffered a lot of brain trauma. Even for her, they said 93% of the people that had the same injury that she didn't actually wake up or come back to their full state. And she's definitely not at her full state yet, but she's walking around, she does normal activities, and it just hits really home, because that's kind of what I want to do anyway. And just seeing her grow so much over this half a year, not even, has been incredible, and that kind of just is what I really want to do and help out with. So to be a physical therapist, they make around $85,000 per year. That's with their doctoral degree. In 2004, there was about 210,000 jobs, according to the Bureau of Labor Statistics. It can be in multiple settings, as I said before: acute care, hospitals, skilled nursing facilities, and orthopedic settings. With the job employment rates, physical therapists have a 34% employment rate. That also wasn't updated since 2015. But then the health diagnosing and treating practitioners have about a 17% employment rate, and all other occupations have a 7% rate. So to go along with this, some educational requirements. The two schools that I look at mainly are University of Iowa and University of Wisconsin-La Crosse. They both have been my dream schools all growing up, and I am from Iowa originally. In fact, I'm currently in the process of moving back to Iowa. For University of Iowa, the educational requirements would be 12 semester hours of biological sciences, 3 semester hours of physiology, 3 semester hours of anatomy, 8 semester hours of chemistry, 8 semester hours of physics, 3 semester hours of math, and then also 3 semester hours of statistics. In order to get into the program, you have to have a 3.0 GPA and have acquired at least 50 observation hours. Although I do know a lot of people that I've researched this on, and I've asked a lot of people that have gone through their program, and they recommended to me to do at least 100 to 150 hours of observation hours just to even be looked at, because of how competitive the program is to get in and what they can look at. As of the University of Wisconsin-La Crosse, It is also a 3.0 GPA. You have to have 40 observation hours there, and I believe they only accept 40 students per year, and I believe University of Iowa is like 14. So it is extremely competitive. The educational requirements to have for University of Wisconsin lacrosse would be 4 credits of biology, 4 credits of anatomy, technically 8 because you also have to have anatomy and physiology and the lab works, 8 credits of chemistry, 8 of physics, 4 of statistics, 4 of psychology, and 4 more of sociology. So those are the requirements based on how to get into those specific schools. Although majority of kinesiology or physical therapy programs are around the same. Another thing for University of Wisconsin lacrosse and Iowa is you have to have 2 references, and I know for Iowa you have to have 2 references for that, and then also references outside from volunteer hours or from a church and so on. So to go on to become one of these, the qualifications that I possess now, mainly what I've done is I've been an instructor and coach for about 9 years, going on 10 years. And with that, I create stretching and endurance exercises along with injury prevention, safety skills. I train a lot of athletes, especially triathletes. And I've developed an experienced understanding of strength and athletic training over the 10 years that I've worked for Red Cross. As of my education level, I have a lot of those requirements already. I believe I'll get my Bachelor's of Science in Kinesiology from California Baptist University around May 2018. I also have my CPR, AED, and WSI certification. I have emergency oxygen, first aid certifications, my lifeguarding, strong communication and teaching skills, and then I also not only a director now, but I've also already ran my own program for a swim program through Red Cross. And although those aren't as relevant, it definitely helps because that helps with people skills and knowing how to financially, or take the marketing side of it also, or the finances side of being a physical therapist, to know how to run anything like that. And also I create my own workouts, in which the jobs that I've shadowed already for physical therapy, they all have to write their own workouts for the specific injury that they're working on. And it also helps because it helps me make sure I'm stable with my job and how my work ethic really is. I've also already shadowed with an athletic trainer, and I used to go to like actual sports games and help, and I got to rap and figure out what was wrong with them. I also shadowed in an outpatient setting at Sport and Spine Physical Therapy in Santee, California, and I worked with patients and actually got to give them the certain workout and make sure they were doing it correctly. And I also applied electric stimulation and icing and gave them stuff like that. So what I can do now, other than finishing my school and staying focused with that, my plan and action is I'm actually moving back to Iowa specifically to focus on schoolwork, because I know moving to California on my own, my whole family is back in Iowa. Although I do have a good support system, it's really difficult to manage a job, a life, finances, and school on top. It is doable, but I feel like my school is a priority and it should come first before anything else, just so I can be so focused on my career in the future, and it's going to help in the long run. So I'm actually moving to Iowa to purely focus on school and not have to worry about anything. Another plan and action I have is to get more observation hours at Genesis West Hospital, especially on their 4th floor, their physical therapy. That's their trauma floor, so that's where they deal with a lot of stroke patients or people that have been in accidents, such as my aunt. And I've already been in contact with them on when I can shadow, and they're very flexible with hours, so I can do it long term and do a few hours a week. Another one that I'm going to observe is at the Rock Valley Physical Therapy Outpatient Center. with Rachel Paulson, who I did interview her over the phone, and to learn more and get a feel for the outpatient setting, because maybe my heart will be drawn there more. My next plan of action, which I already said earlier with moving back to Iowa to focus on school, would be to get my GPA up and to focus on that. I would love to getting hours doing medical mission trips through Harvest Bible Chapel and reaching out to fellow Christians to help me see the differences in a normal, or in a physical therapist, secular and versus Christian, and how they apply Christianity and kind of reach people through their profession. So, and that also gives me a lot more observation hours with that, and to help with that. Overall, these past few weeks, I've learned so much, and every week that I do these assignments or even think about everything, I just feel God drawing me so much closer, and it gives me so much more motivation to continue in my schooling and not give up. And even though everything's really hard right now, and I'm definitely going through a trial in my life, I feel like God has put me in this class for a reason, and it's definitely pushed me more towards what I want to do and help me refocus on, you know what, this is why I'm out here, this is why I'm doing what I'm doing, because my end goal is coming up. That's kind of where I want. And just with everything that's happened, and it's crazy because every week the faith and integration seems to be going right along with my life. So that's why I want to be a physical therapist. That's a little bit more about what physical therapists do and kind of what I need to do to accomplish that. Thank you so much. Have a blessed night.